Willian Shakespeare. So Willian has been doing some quality stuff for Chelsea. Do you know what I always say? Now, am I wrong in saying this? I mean, because I wrote an article on this on the Patreon. Guys who obviously look at who our Patreon members can obviously see where I blogged about this. Am I wrong in saying this? Let me put this out there. See what you guys say. If Willian was more consistent, he'd be world class, and he'd be an upper tier 2 player. Not as good as Neymar or Messi, but you can put him within that stratosphere and category. Now, people say, oh, if anybody is consistent, they'll be amazing. If Leroy Sané was consistent, I'm not putting him on that level. If, who else? If Rashford was consistent, I'm not putting him on that upper tier 2 level. If Arthur was consistent, I'm not putting him on that upper tier 2 level. Willian has the ability to win the game by himself. Not many players possess that ability. There are many players who are very good, but they're very good role players. When Willian is on it, he has the ability where, as an individual, this guy can change the game by himself, on his own. That's huge. That's huge. So I can understand how and why there are teams and people looking for Willian, because he has been very much on a form. And I think as well as Chelsea have played, and they played really, really well. Lampard is still shocking me because I thought the dude was a rookie. As well as Chelsea have played, the driving force of Chelsea's amazing form and amazing winning run has been Willian. And if it's me, keep him as captain. Azpilicueta, thank you. Thanks for your services, although you were a trash captain, especially during the whole Aretha Balaga incident, showing that you're actually pretty trash as a captain. But thanks for everything that they've done. But now, Willian, I'm a ride with this dude. I think, Willian is someone that I would ride with and say, you know what, this guy knows what's up. This guy knows what's up. So, Barcelona and Juventus have both been interested in Willian. And these are two teams that are looking to strengthen, specifically Barcelona, who obviously we all know are having issues with Valverde and pretty much finding their mojo and finding their je ne sais quoi. So, whenever we talk about transfer things, we always have to, I always like doing it in this nice structure, is how would he help each of these teams? What would happen if he went to each of these teams? And what is likely to happen, and what should he do? So, first things first, let's start with Barcelona. Would Willian work in Barcelona's system? My quick answer is no, because of how Willian plays. Remember, Barcelona's system is very much centered around Messi, and I think it still has the aesthetic of the Xavi Iniesta era and pretty much the Guardiola era. And I'm not sure how well Willian would fit into that very intricate pass and move, intricate kind of system that is pretty much centered around Messi, where Messi is the engineering force. I think there may be times where Messi and Willian would not really be on the same wavelength. And it is very important that when you're going to Barcelona that you're on the same wavelength as Messi. Which is why I think that's for the US, I think the US should leave Barcelona personally for me. But that's how he holds says everything. Okay, respect the US. Respect the US. So I'm not sure whether he would work there, but if Barcelona are willing to change, are willing to open themselves up, are willing to perhaps not be so dogmatic in their approach, I think and I believe that he would be a great addition for Willian, because I think Willian would add a great attacking thrust to them, which is why that's what I thought the US would bring. I thought that by Barcelona getting the US, they would change their approach to how they attack. They will be much more direct. but that hasn't happened. They still want to play a way where Messi dictates the way in which they approach offensively. So if that happens, I don't believe that Willian would fit into that mind frame, that whole frame. We look at Juventus, and some people say, okay, Willian at Juventus, how does that work? But then I look at Quadrado, I look at Douglas Costa, and these are players who I feel are very similar to Willian. And you think to yourself that, remember, Willian played under Sarri at Chelsea to some success. And for Juventus, the key for Juventus this season is when you're looking at what happened to them last season and everything. I think the whole idea for Juve is we need to give Cristiano help. We need to help Cristiano. The more help we have of Cristiano, the less pressure he has to deal with, the more likely we are to win. Because you know that this guy will always be able to get goals. Hopefully not against guys like Lithuania and Andorra, but actually against proper teams. Let's keep it real. So that's what you hope for. That's what you hope for, that you're able to really get those wins against those flipping dudes. So Willian at Juventus, I think, would be interesting. Would he be that much of a game changer for Juventus? I don't know. I don't know whether, if you told me, okay, Juve gets Willian, does this give them the Champions League? Does this give them the treble? No. It helps them. It greatly helps them. It greatly elevates them. But I do think that, for Sarri, he still needs to figure out how to balance the team and get the team as a whole working well. And I don't think that the introduction of Willian will suddenly just get the team clicking. Although it would be a great addition, and I think he would complement Quadrado and Douglas Costa very well. And I just think it would make Juve's attack much more interesting. But let's take things back to Chelsea. It's a short sample size. It's a small sample size. But I believe in this past month or last few months, this is the best that Willian has looked all through his Chelsea time. I think that him being given the role of leader, of captain, being one of the oldest players in the team, one of the most respected players in the dressing room, I think he's really embraced that. And you would have thought that, with his best friend David Luiz leaving, he would have been somehow affected by that, and maybe he would not have been taken. So all credit to Willian, and I think that's why you have to just respect Willian the man. You have to respect Willian the man, because remember during that whole Mourinho time when there was a mutiny and they got my boy sacked? Who was the one player who was still riding through? Who was the one consummate professional who didn't let his head drop but was still playing hard? Willian. And ever since I saw that, I was like, nah, this dude deserves to be respected. That's even when everybody was playing like crap, he still said what's up. And he was still giving masterful performances. And for that, you always have to respect the man. Forget about the footballer, respect the man, because that is a personality thing. That's a character thing that's just beyond football. But if you're Willian, this Lampard thing is an exciting project. Because you're captain, you're one of the older heads, you're pretty much a consistent starter for this team. And this is a very exciting attacking team that works very well with what you want. Because I feel that Sarri's team was interesting, but it didn't really remove the shackles. And Willian is a very direct player. And I think, Willian is the kind of player who is always going to go for it. He's very, very South American and Brazilian in that way, which is why I just look at him and I'm like, man, if you just had better decision making. If you just had better decision making at particular instances, you'd be money. You'd be money. If you had better decision making in particular instances, you would be money. You'd be straight money. But unfortunately, that Willian can sometimes just make crazy ass decisions. So just running about this for Willian, what he should do here. I think like if Barcelona or Juventus come with a concrete deal, it's hard to reject that. And if Willian took that, I'm like, bro, like nobody should be angry because that's a rarity, And I think especially with Willian being Brazilian, for the chance to play for Barcelona, something that I don't think he would ever have thought would even come up. But I've got the chance to play for Barcelona, following the footsteps of Ronaldinho, of Romario, of Rivaldo, of Ronaldo, bro. Like yeah. So if Barcelona came with an offer, I think he'd take it. Juventus, I'm not sure. Juve, I'm not sure. But for Barcelona, based on the history and the link that they have with Brazil, I think that he'd take it. So that's the thing. So I think that he'd take it. So I just feel that for Willian, if I was advising him, I think staying at Chelsea makes sense. I said, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. I mean, I don't know what you guys will say, because it's like, on one hand, I say stay at Chelsea. Things are going well. Things are going really, really, really great here, and you're playing well. But at the same time, Barcelona is one of the biggest clubs in the world. So whether you're a supporter of Chelsea or not, Barcelona will always be a bigger club than Chelsea. And if you have the chance of either playing for Chelsea or Barcelona, you play with flipping Barcelona. And if you have the chance of playing with flipping Messi, you do that. So if Willian is given a chance to play for Barcelona, my God, you'd be crazy to reject that and stay with Chelsea. You'd be mad. See, if Willian was young, let's say if Willian was 20 or 21, I'd be like, the wise thing to do is stay at Chelsea, develop. Bro, Willian is right in the twilight of his career. He's right in his full. I think he's like 30 now or something. So, similar to Henry, because let's keep it real. Every player wants that Champions League. Every player dreams of winning the Champions League. That's what every player dreams of. Of course, the main dream is the World. So I told you, it goes World Cup, Champions League, then everything else is just extra. World Cup? No, yeah, World Cup, Champions League, your Continental Trophy. That's the order of things for players. World Cup, Champions League, Continental Trophy. So for Willian, it's like, my gosh, first of all, chance to play for Barcelona, and I will have a much better chance of winning the Champions League with Barcelona than I will with Chelsea. So, in that sense, it makes sense. In that sense, it makes sense. And who am I to begrudge him, So, I mean, I do think that he'll still stay at Chelsea, because these are rumors and reports, and I don't think that Barcelona will make a concrete offer for Willian. Juventus might. Juve might, because of the whole Sarri link, but I think Barcelona I think those are just rumors and reports, and I think Barcelona will be looking for someone different rather than your boy. Support your boy HH and become a patron. Click in the description box below and gain extra content based on the tier of patronage you acquire. Click on the description box below to learn more. Thanks for your support. Peace out.